I'm back. I'm very reflective today. So, it's been a writing day. And man, it started coming through beautifully today. Good friends. It helps to have good friends to talk to. Sometimes you get triggered just by the things that people bring up to you. The writing starts coming through. So, as I'm sitting here today, and whoever joins me, and if nobody joins me at the same time that I'm on, that's okay, because I know that you're catching up. I'm watching. I'm always watching. And so, the energy's there no matter when you get it. So, I hope that you're feeling it. So, I'm going to wait just a few minutes for people to catch up to me just in case. And then I'm going to try to give you an idea of what was coming to me today, because I feel like it's important. Definitely part of the book that I'm writing. I kind of share pieces of it in these go lives. I don't give you the wording. I'm not going to read it word for word, but I kind of give you the ideas of what comes to me, what source energy, the universe, God, whatever name you want to bring in, what I feel inspired, probably my higher self. I don't know what you want to. We all get inspiration from a piece of ourselves that runs very deep. That's very powerful. When we can tap into that, it's incredible the things that come through to us, the power, the energy that we are capable of, the energy that we're capable of sharing with one another, even at a distance. I think that's so beautiful to be so perfectly connected. What an internet. Forget the internet. What is this between us that we can feel the energy of one another from miles and miles away? That's incredible. We're incredible creatures. Little computers running around. So, I'll wait just a few more minutes and see. We still got a lot of scary things happening in the news. California, it's better than it was. Still not done. Still has a whole lot of healing for sure, no matter what. So it's going to be a long time coming. So I keep praying for them, meditating on them, sending them positive energy. So we'll be focusing on them again tonight. There is love in the building tonight. So, it was Saturday. I wasn't sure if I wanted to do this 7 days a week, but I think I will. I think I'll try to keep up the momentum. If not for anyone else, then for myself. To be here to show the universe that I am committed to this every day at 6 p.m. So let me ask you, here's my question, and I'm going to keep on asking this question tonight, and anybody that tunes in later on, I hope that you'll answer these questions so that we can kind of go through your comments and see. The writing today was all about conquering our demons, or the way that I was writing, because I'm such a little child, was conquering the dragons in our lives. I like to give those dragons names. Some of them are named divorce, scarcity, pain, illness, natural disaster, loss of life, being in mourning, grief. All of those little dragons, they're there to teach us something. You know, we came here to experience all of life, even the painful things. The painful things, probably more than anything. You know, we can have love and we can have joy without coming to this planet. We bathe in it every day when we aren't here. Truly, that's all we know. And so we decide that we're going to come here and we're going to create something. We're going to create something that is difficult and it's painful and it causes us to grow. The most painful experiences, they change us. The truth is, I wouldn't be the person that I am today if Steve hadn't died. I simply wouldn't. I can be sad, I can fall into my grief sometimes, and yet I realize that his sacrifice created something in me that would not be in existence if I hadn't lost him. And so I realize on a deep level that dragon was something that I came here to conquer, that I chose to conquer that dragon. And so the way that the writing was coming through today was alchemy. It was choosing to be the alchemist. Do you choose to be an alchemist? And what exactly is an alchemist? Is that somebody that can turn a stone into gold, can change water into wine, things like that? Is it truly something tangible and physical, or is it something inside of us? Can we be an alchemist through our actions, through our emotions, through how we respond to the difficult times in our lives? And so that's where it was all going today, was choosing to be the alchemist. You're going to go through it. You're going to go through pain. You're going to lose loved ones. You're going to get sick. You're going to have bad relationships in your life. You're going to go through bullying. You're going to go through, you've already been through a lot of these things more than likely. We can't avoid the pain. We came here to experience it. So what do we do with it? That's my question. It's not, oh my gosh, I'm so sad because everything, I want everybody to feel sorry for me. It's nothing like that. It's alchemy to me. It's learning to be the alchemist. It's learning to take those things that could have stopped me in my tracks, that could have forced me to the ground to never get back up again, and learning how to use them as building blocks to create something magnificent. That's alchemy to me. So, as I was thinking on that this morning, I'm picturing myself standing there at this hole, this cave in the ground, and I'm quaking in my boots. I know that there is a dragon down in that cave someplace. And am I going to be brave enough to go down into that cave and see if I can conquer that dragon? Or am I going to stay in my tower? Did I come here to be a princess hiding in a tower someplace? Or did I come here to pick up my shield and pick up my sword and go to battle? That's the choice. There's no wrong or there's no right. There really isn't. It's your experience to have as you choose to have it. For me, I choose to become the alchemist. I choose to step into that cave. And I'm going to go right to that dragon. Every single one of them. Every single one of them. I still have some dragons to conquer. I have conquered some mighty dragons this past couple of years. When Steve first died, it was funny because something that I was reading really triggered my thought process on this. Is that it was something about the phoenix rising from the ashes. And I've had people ask me before about my bathroom floor. I wrote about my bathroom floor, and I think I need to write about it again. That's why it's nudging me right now. When he was very, very sick, I started going to my bathroom. I didn't want him to see me hurting. I didn't want him to know that I was crying in any way. I'm sure he knew it anyway. But I went into that bathroom, and I found power. It wasn't just weakness. It was getting down on my knees and looking for the answers, looking for the power that I knew existed. I knew that if I could just find it, that I know that we each have healers within us. I know that I'm a powerful healer. And at that time, I wasn't anywhere near the person that I am today. And so, mostly, excuse me for a second, mostly, I just floundered. I knew that there was power there somewhere, and I was begging for it. I was calling Jesus. I was calling angels. I was calling any kind of power I could come up with. I was on the internet. I was searching. Who do I call? Who can I ask? I need this power. I need to heal this man. I believed truly that I could heal him. And in doing that, I started to feel these chakras in my hands would start to light up. And I felt so much energy just shooting through me. And I would go out, after I'd do that, I'd go out and I'd hold my hands over his body, and I could feel the energy where he had cancer, where the illness was. And part of me thought that I was going to help him to heal. Part of me thought, oh, they're giving me the energy. That's what this energy is going to heal this man. I'm going to keep him. I truly believed that I could keep him on this planet. It wasn't my place to keep him on the planet. It was his place to go. It was his place to give me the opportunity to open up to everything that I'm capable of achieving in this lifetime. Had he stayed here, I wouldn't have gotten there. I would have just stayed the housewife. I would have kept working at different jobs. I never would have fully found myself, because the way that I fully found I can't even say fully because I'm not there yet, but the way that I have grown into whatever this is that I'm becoming was through the pain of loss. He went very fast. He went faster than he was supposed to. He just suddenly he was gone. He did that on purpose. I know that he did that on purpose because he wasn't going to allow me. He couldn't allow me to try to find a way to save him. He couldn't allow me to get to that place. It just wasn't part of our plan. We had to complete this cycle. We had to. There is a plan in everything, in every loss, in every pain, in every illness. There's something that needs to be gained from that if we're capable. I don't even know if capable is the right word. If we're willing to step into the cave and fight the dragon. So that bathroom became my cave. I went in there, I rolled out a quilt on the floor, I put blankets in there, I lit candles. And I fell on my face. After he died, it was my obsession. I spent hours on my bathroom floor. I meditated because I knew that in that meditation, if I could get my vibration high enough, I might be able to see him. I might be able to hear him. I might be able to come back into contact with this man that I love so much. And I did. I did start to experience him right away. But the more important thing was that I found healing on that bathroom floor. That by getting my vibration up, it wasn't him that I was finding, it was me. It was my own higher self. It was me getting inside of me, finding my own power. And so this is not meant to be a sad story. This is meant to tell you that you have dragons that you're fighting in your life. There are those monsters that come along out of the blue. That grief, that divorce, all those things. They're little dragons. Go ahead and give them a name. Are you going to let that dragon annihilate you? Are you going to let it pull you down and destroy you? Or are you going to go in there? And here's where the true alchemy is. You don't need to use a sword, and you don't need to battle that dragon. What you need to do, and this is different from a lot of people that will teach. I'm going to tell you something a little bit differently, because a lot of them try to turn all your negatives to positive immediately. While it is very important to us for our manifesting, you want to hold a high vibration. You want to try to keep yourself in that right frame of mind, but you can't fully do that until you heal. And the way that you heal is to go into those little caves, those dragon lairs, I think is a good way to call them. You go in there, and instead of taking a sword to that dragon, you're going to sit with the dragon. You're going to sit like I did on the bathroom floor, and you're going to let yourself cry. And you're going to mourn for as long as you need to mourn. And you're going to hold that person that's inside of you that's hurting. You can't ignore the pain. You can't ignore your ego. Your ego is there to protect you. Your ego needs love. Your ego needs support. We can't rise above all of that. We can get so locked into this spiritualism that we think that we've got to be perfect all the time. That we think that we've got to, just turn everything. We can't sit here and cry and be sad, because that's pulling negative energy in. I'm sorry, but that's not true. You have to go in there and face those dragons. You have to be willing to sit with that dragon, knowing full well that dragon may just annihilate you. You may end up a pile of ashes by the time it's all over, and yet guess what happens when you become that pile of ashes? That is your opportunity to completely transform your life. Like the phoenix, you're going to climb out of those ashes, and you're going to create something that is so amazing that people are going to look at you and they're going to go, what in the world happened to you? You're not even the same person that you used to be. Because the bigger the pain, the bigger the opportunity. Remember that. The bigger the pain you go through, you're going to go through it. You're going to go through stuff. You're human. This earth is a difficult place. You've been through it, or you're going to go through it. And you have the option to either try to gloss it over and say, well, yeah, I was abused when I was young. I went through a bad marriage. I felt neglected as a child. You can sit there and find all these different things, reasons to feel sorry for yourself and to create the victim mode. Or you can say, you know what? I need to go in there and I need to face my dragons. And I need to give them the opportunity to just turn me to a bucket of ashes. And when they do, I'm going to rise from those ashes. And I'm going to grab that dragon and I'm going to jump on his back and we are going to fly off into the night sky together, because at that point that dragon is going to, when I come back out of those ashes, that dragon is going to fall to his face in respect for me, because I'm stronger than he is. And that's what you need to remember. In every single one of your dragons, you've got them now, or you've had them, you've got them buried down deep inside of yourself. So often we try to gloss things over and pretend that they don't exist. The universe requires us right now. In order to get to the place where you can instantly manifest your reality, you cannot be carrying those dragons around inside of you as a victim. You have to have every one of those dragons trained properly so that you can mount up on their back and you can fly if you so choose. It's in facing your dragons. It's in conquering your dragons. It's not in hiding them. Think about a dragon. It's in its lair, and you take a great big rock and you roll it in front of that hole that it's in, and it's back in there, and it's getting hungry, and it's getting meaner all the time. It's going to keep getting meaner and meaner and meaner the more hungry it gets. And pretty soon it's going to find a way to shove that rock out of the way. And when it comes out, it is going to annihilate the whole village. You can do that if you choose. It's your right. You have the right to choose to deal with your dragons in any way that you so choose. But I'm going to tell you right now, if you're willing to face your dragons head on, if you're willing to go into that lair and face them, your opportunities are so great to become something so amazing that you are going to walk out into this world and you're going to change it. That's what I'm here to tell you tonight. I don't even know where that came from. It's just my inspiration today. So if you could get back with me and you watch this from the beginning to the end, I don't know who's been popping in on me, but I hope that you go back to the beginning and you listen to the whole dragon story, because it's important, because it's what Source Energy gave to me today to share with you. And I hope that people can see the correlation. There is a correlation here. We have so many fires and natural disasters going on the planet, and so there are new dragons being created all the time. Every one of us has these dragons that cause pain. And so tonight we're sending out some positive energy to those people who are facing dragons right now. So there's some mighty dragons out there right now. So we're going to give them some positive energy. Anybody that joins me now or joins me later, Pauline Spenceley, I'm also remembering you and the issues that you're going through. Anyone else that is facing any kind of pain or loss or illness or homelessness or lack of any kind, we're sending out positive energy. We're sending out energy to one another to help you fight your dragons today. I hope that you take this, you watch the whole thing, and that you realize that you have the strength inside of you to fight every one of your dragons, to tame them, to create an army of dragons to go out and change this planet. That we all of us, I can see us all. I love where my imagination goes when I start talking. I just saw an army of these little people riding dragons. Just, they got their swords out in front of them and they're riding their dragons, and they are headed out. Hi, Aaron. And they're headed out in this little army of light workers to change the planet. Let's hold a light in one hand. Forget the sword. We're holding a light because we're spreading that light and we're spreading that love. That's the most important thing, is that we're teaching one another. We're sharing love with each other, and we're teaching each other how to love, even those that don't know how. They can be taught. Just like the dragons, every single person on this planet can open back up to their true selves. And so there's some of us that are just setting that example ahead of time. So that's what I'm doing. Every night at 6 o'clock, I'm coming in here. I'm going to show you. I'm going to share some love with you. And it is very much in the building right now. It's kind of taking my breath away. So if you're watching, just breathe it in. That wave of energy that just rolls on through us when the angels, Ascended Master, Source Energy, I really believe it's purely Source Energy, rolls on through here, brings us a big old wave of love that just spreads right across. I see it just washing over the planet, bringing a green light of healing to all these wildfires, to the natural disasters, to the pollution, to the animals that are suffering, to the people that are homeless and hungry, sick, and hurting. Good, Aaron. I'm glad it's good timing. Source has a way of doing that. I hope that you'll watch the whole thing. It's quite a story. We gain so much from working with those dragons, don't we? We gain so much, so don't be afraid of them. Keep on digging down in. What happens is you get these dragons. My first dragon was obviously losing Steve. I had to work with that pain. Thank you to Paul Wyrostek, too, for opening me up to healing, a type of healing that I'd never known before. Incredible work. Busy, he's very busy every day opening people up to their own higher selves. It's incredible work. And then I work on that part of me, that loss, and then I would work backwards to a 20-year-old or 20 long years of an abusive marriage, and then into that little girl who felt alone and sad, whose father always left, that kind of thing. And I just kind of kept moving and forgiving. Forgiving was very important. Even that ex, even myself. I had to forgive myself in so many ways. And so when you do that, when you find all these dragons, guilt is a dragon too. We're going to add that one in there because guilt's a tough one. When you find those dragons and one by one you start conquering them, you just get stronger and stronger and stronger. It's just incredible what happens. There's such a beautiful transformation in taking the time to conquer your dragons. So it's my encouragement to you tonight to work on conquering dragons, to work on, don't be afraid of them. Just face them. Learn to breathe. I've got this great psychotherapist in my life who keeps reminding me to breathe. This coherent breathing, look it up. It's so important. You breathe in the power, breathe in the love that is available to you, the help that is available. Don't forget, as you're fighting these dragons, you are never by yourself. You are never alone. Ask for your angels, ask for some help. You don't have to do it all by yourself. I can tell you to be strong and fight those angels, but I was not all by myself on that bathroom floor. Oop. People keep texting me. So, ask for help as you're going through it. Know that you're never alone. Know that we're all in this together and that we are sharing out the love, and that all those that are in need tonight are feeling this. Please share this out if you know anybody that needs this, that needs to understand what it is to conquer dragons. Anybody needs any one-on-one sessions, I'm going to throw that in there because I'm more than happy to work with people. And I will, intentionaldaydreams.com, you can find me there. I think that's all. I'm waiting to see if there's anything else. I'm feeling a big old wave of love. I'm just setting my intention on sharing that with anybody whenever you watch this, that you get that big boost of love. Just breathe it in and enjoy it. I hope that your night is beautiful, that your weekend is just something magical, that you're enjoying life, that you're allowing your little inner child to play. When you start feeling down, put on some loud music and just dance your heart out. Sing and dance like as if you were a 5-year-old, and don't even worry if anybody's watching or listening to you, because when you honor that little child within you, you become so powerful. You are a powerful manifester when you can love her so much that she comes out to play often, because that child is the true ticket to a more beautiful life. She's the one with the imagination that's going to create something so incredible for you that you won't even recognize your life. It'll become so magical. And that's what I got for you today. I hope that you, Erin, thank you so much for joining me. I'm so glad to see new faces in here. I hope you enjoy your night, and I will see you again tomorrow night at 6 o'clock on the dot. Have a great night. I love you. Bye.